Okay, sweep of the Kenai River Brown Bears, and I would say the player of the weekend is probably Brendan Jaquay, coach. And I liked his game all the way back in the last home game against Johnstown, and he found the score sheet 3 times, 4 if you include the shootout, and some good chemistry with the Coleman brothers too.
You know what? We had a conversation before the weekend, or before the past 2 games, about what we were looking for him to be consistently in the lineup, and he did it. And when he becomes a physical player, it's hard for people to stop him. He's so big, he skates really well. You know, when he creates space for himself and his line mates, things happen. And you know, that's what we told him we wanted to do. And you know, obviously the results are right there. So you know, I'm really happy for him. I know he's, you know, it was one of those where he was getting closer and he's getting frustrated because things weren't happening. So it was nice for him to break out.
Well, you were dealing with only 11 forwards all weekend and dressing 7 defensemen, and you know, you had a couple of options, whether it was moving LA up to forward, and I know you kind of put him on the power play and mixing lines at the same time, trying to keep things consistent. How were you able to manage the 11 forwards these 2 last games?
Yeah, it's tough. It's not ideal, you know, and you try to give, you know, the way we do it is try to give a line, you know, a period and see where they're at. And you know, most of the time we were looking to rotate the left side, but you know, guys were getting tired, and some guys were playing better than others, and needed, you know, got the opportunities to play, you know, the extra shifts. So you know, I think they like that. From a coaching standpoint, I'm not a huge fan of 11 and 7. You know, I think part of the issues maybe with our defense today was guys were out of rhythm because they were, you know, playing and sitting and playing and sitting. So you try to get guys into rhythms, and we just never got into one today compared to yesterday, where we were, you know, pretty in sync right from the start.
Well, we sound like a broken record with the goaltending, but Alex Blankenberg just one highlight reel save after another in this game, and I just think his play through the first 2 periods to keep it at a 1-0 score was a big key to this game too.
Yeah, I mean, Alex has been great all year, you know, and he battled today. It may not have looked like it, but you know, he was pretty sick yesterday, and we gave him the option, you know, if he was going to be ready to go, and he, you know, he played up to his normal standards. I think he got a little tired towards the end, and you know, that's you know, expected. But I mean, some of the highlight reel saves that he made today were fantastic, and definitely kept us in the games at times when we were just not good and we just weren't in. And Kenai took it to us for some stretches. And you know, it's always nice to have goalies back there that can keep you in games when the guys aren't going as maybe they should. And that's, you know, that's why we kind of pride ourselves on having both sets of goalies that can play.
I'm sure you were happy in the shootout to see guys just go up there and rip it, and most success your offense has had in the shootout this year.
Yeah, it's finally nice not to go all the way down to the end and, you know, have it just be 1-0. You know, it was nice to score some goals and guys just come down and you know, and shoot it. You know, I mean, the kid moved well laterally, and we told the guys that, and they just kind of came down and, you know, found the spots. And yeah, so it's nice to win it before the end of regulation or 2022 for sure.
Oh, last thing, unique situation this week with 4 games in 5 days. And obviously, sometimes you have 3 and 3s, but you know, how do you manage the 4 and 5? Is it in, you know, the same mindset as a 3 and 3 with trying to conserve your energy, and you know, or is it any different?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same. You know, the way we like to run our lines is to maximize our you know, our energy for 2 games. So you know, it's nothing different. We'll give the guys a day off tomorrow to rest up and recover and get a morning skate on Friday and be back at it. But you know, we'll get some guys hopefully back from suspensions and some sickness. We'll see on the sick guys, but you know, so we'll hopefully be back to you know, 12 and 6 and can roll guys through. You know, but at the same time, Fairbanks is coming off the same situation. Where, you know, they're playing 4 in 5 nights, so it's not like we're playing a team that's been sitting around for a week and is going to have some more energy than us. You know, we're both going to be in the same situation, but you know, we've got a really good, you know, that's a really good team coming into the building on Friday and Saturday, and we've got to be ready.
All right, a good one from the Ice Mine tonight. Ice Miners defeat Fairbanks 2-0 here with Coach Gershon, and first place to start is Nick Kossoff. He kept this game scoreless through 40 minutes and gave you a chance to win like he always does.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've probably beat the dead horse with our goaltending. It's been phenomenal, and again, Nick was up to the task tonight and made it look easy. And I mean, he's just he kind of gets better every time we see him, and his development's I'm sure even surprising to him. Definitely surprising to us. The trajectory he's on is pretty amazing right now.
Well, Fairbanks is one of the faster teams you guys have seen this year, and was that what you were expecting out of them, and how were you trying to attack that style?
Yeah, I mean, I think Nick put together a pretty good scouting report, and that's exactly what it was. I mean, they're quick, they're fast. That's a very good team. I mean, there's a reason why they're defending champions, and until someone knocks them off, I mean, they're still going to be defending champions. And I thought it was a good test for us to see where we are, especially with guys out of lineup and the flu and whatever's going around. So it took us a while to get going. I mean, we weren't particularly good in the first and second period, except for some of the power plays where we could get some momentum and sustain it a little bit. But I thought in the third we showed some character coming out and playing a pretty good third period. That's how we'd like to play. And I thought it was a pretty even third period. Could have gone either way, and one goal with an empty net is the difference. So I was pretty happy. But yeah, I mean, obviously we knew that they had a lot of speed, a lot of skill. Their D liked to get into the play, so they score a lot of goals. So I'm happy that pleased that we were able to shut them out.
Talk about the Grissom goal, how it just seemed to be building to that moment. There were a couple really good shifts. I think the first one was when Noah Batis threw that hit right in front of their bench, led to a chance, and then the Coleman Jakeway line comes out and just makes a great play.
Yeah, it's weird. You can kind of sense it. Sense something's coming, and we kind of kept pushing our guys to just keep shooting, and we did shoot through the first two periods. So for us to keep shooting the puck in the third and seeing that it was building towards something, I think there was belief on the bench that it was going to come. It was going to be a matter of time. It's always nice when you can lay one off to a big guy like LA and let him rip it. And I know he's been working on his shot, which is something that if he can really contribute to his game, and it'll make him a better player. So for him to get his first goal in the North American Hockey League, to have it be the game-winning goal, I know it was pretty special for him.
And then the empty netter was one of the stranger empty netters you're going to see. I mean, Arch just kind of threw it off the wall, and the play was kind of in slow motion from what I saw. And I can't believe it made it into the net, but what was the mindset? Trying to protect a one-goal lead, you don't want to go too crazy shooting at the empty net, but I thought the guys did a nice job on it. Yeah,
you know what? I don't think Arch was shooting there. He was just, obviously we're trying to, we had to play for if we wanted, we had to play for if we had lost it, and it was good to get the win. They had done a really good job on face-offs. We really had a hard time winning some face-offs, and Fern bared down on that last one and won it clean. And Arch just put it off the glass, and maybe it hit a stanchion or hit something, and put some pretty good spin on it, and it just kind of looked like, okay, maybe is it going to make it? Is it going to make it? And it actually did. But it was nice to drop the play and actually have it work, and then get a cushion there for Nick.
And then what do you learn from this game to take into the quick turnaround tomorrow?
Well, I think we've got to be ready to come out. We'll have the momentum, and if we want to, we need to jump on them early. They're going to be a good team. They're on a 2-game losing streak now. It's probably not something they're used to, and their coaching staff is good. They'll have them prepared, and we need to be ready to go from the start, and not rely on our goaltending to to keep us in games, but to jump out on teams like we did against Kenai in the first game of this set, and kind of allow us to dictate the pace instead of trying to chase things.